Good morning and welcome to my live stream. Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. Now I'm on here twice a day, 7 days a week, week after week, month after month, and year after year. I've been doing this now for 25 months. Started in October of 2023, and I'm here to help you with your CPS case. It's an approach that is down to earth. It's basically of how to deal with a government entity that you maybe never have dealt with before. And it's a very hard, difficult government entity that you have before you. 50% of the CPS cases are corrupt. And it's one of those things where you have to deal with government people that don't care about you. Now, I'm not saying all don't, but at least 50%, half of them do. Where I get this from is from my own experience and from the experience of 3,050 some individuals that come here and tell me their story from not only from here, from around the world. Excuse me. I come here all the time to try to help you with your CPS case. Now, what I call CPS, it's a child protection system. It's a government entity that's supposed to protect your children from neglect and abuse, and also do something called family reunification. But lately, they have been doing the family reunification. They've not been doing the family reunification. And you're stuck with the outcome of your children being taken that weren't in danger. You do things you didn't know you could not do, like talk to them, let them in your home, let them poke around and see your home, let them take your children when they ask you to. Because you, or like me, we think the government is okay. But this particular agency is very much filled with corruption. Now, excuse me, I'm drinking some water here. I like to help you. In order for me to help you, there's some things you got to do. Like one, if you want some help, you need to text me a question or a comment about CPS. Please state your name and the location. And if you're outside the United States, please list your country. Because I have about 25 countries now that have participated in here. 26 include the U.S. I mean, it starts from Indonesia to Bangladesh to India, then up to the Middle East to Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Libya, then over to the continent of Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, to the country of South Africa and its provinces. Then we go to Europe, to the United Kingdom, to England, Scotland, Wales, and we also had Germany, Denmark, and Sweden. Then across the pond in North America, we have Canada and its provinces. Then, of course, into the United States, I've had all 50 states call in or text in, including Washington, D.C., which is not a state. Then south of the border, Mexico. And then in Central America, Belize. Down in South America, north of Brazil on the East Coast, Grenada. Then the South Pacific, New Zealand, and then the land down under, Australia. That's a lot of diversity, a lot of people from around the world. They have something in common. Their CPS case, where their children were not necessarily taken when they weren't in danger, and they are not doing family reunification and trying to terminate your children, which is wrong. You know, I mentioned reunification. It's very important to have reunification because the best parents are the biological parents. The best parents are the biological parents. They can really help raise your children. And if they made some mistakes, they can be corrected through parenting classes or even programs such as drug rehab or domestic violence. CPS is supposed to help out families, not destroy families. And it seems like they are destroying families. It's wrong, but they are. Now, that's one way you can interact with this live stream. And thank you so much, Jerry Galindo, for the thumbs up. But I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. So please text me those messages and I can try to help you. Another way to interact with this live stream is to be a guest on my show. To be a guest, you send me an email. That's bobp@vincentwdavis.com with your name and your phone number and your email. Also, please include the date that you want to be on my show. Now, I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. I'm on at 10 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday, and 8 o'clock Saturday, Sunday. And that's AM. Then at nighttime, I'm on at 7 p.m., 7 days a week. And you just pick one of those show times. Now, the times are given are Pacific Standard Time. On the West Coast of California, I broadcast live from Surf City, USA. I'm 3 blocks from the ocean. And that's all there is to be a guest, because when you send me the email with your request, and all you have to do is say, I want to be on the Saturday morning show, or I want to be a Friday night show, Bob's Friday night, Wednesday morning show, whatever it's morning or night, one day of the week. And with that being said, I'll gladly forward it on to my show producer, who will then send you a link to get on something called StreamYard. That's the software application that I use. It uses YouTube to broadcast, but it has its own application, the window frame you see in front of you. The window frame you see in front of you. Now, this live stream works best when people ask questions or ask me to talk about a specific topic or even call in. Now, hello, Lisa. Good morning. I'm so glad to see Lisa from Montana. And we have somebody called VP0617. I guess that's your name. And I have no idea where you're from, but it really will be nice. Do you believe that CPS has an underground organized sex trafficking ring operating at the head? Well, that's something that could be. I really still have faith in our government. I have faith that things are legit and maybe beyond that, but I don't think they have a sex trafficking, but they could. You're from Laredo, Texas. Well, thank you, VP from Laredo, Texas. Welcome. I've never heard of anybody talk about a traffic ring organized by government entity. Now, I know that CPS is being investigated along with social services. They're being investigated for the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. It's investigating all the government entities out there to, find corruption and to save us money. And so they are, I know firsthand, because I was on the phone talking to a social worker, and on the phone came a supervisor from DOGE asking me, was my matters being satisfied by CPS entity? And of course, I've been fighting them now for 15 years. It started in 2010. And that's when I lost my job through no fault of my own in 2010. That's a hard thing to think about. My life has been really corrupt ever since I got involved in CPS. My children were stolen in trafficking. There's also revenge by a CPS worker that had me lose one of my precious children, a daughter, at the age of 12 when she divorced from mom and dad because the vindictive social worker was working her like a puppet on strings and telling her what to do. Um, I want to put my phone number up because you guys can call in. It's 626-698-0990. That's my phone number. And you can talk about your case. Not only can you text a message or be a guest, and I take up 9 of you to be a guest on my live stream, but you can call in at 626-698-0990. Now, the other phone number up there, the 888-888-6582, is the law office of Vincent Davis, who can help you with legal advice. He's been fighting CPS for 40 years. He's out of Arcadia in LA County. His retainer is approximately $5,000. His hourly wages is $500 an hour. But those are approximate because every case is different. It all depends on the complexity of the case and how long the case has been going on to firm up that price. But I used him, and he got back my children. He's an excellent attorney. He's trained in dependency law, family law, and juvenile law, which are the 3 areas of law that you need. He also is a trial attorney. He can do criminal law. Because a lot of times, not only will you get set up by CPS, the local district attorney will charge felony or misdemeanor charges on the same thing you're being charged in CPS as a double whammy. That's the sad part because you can also get affected by them. You get affected by them. And he can fight. He knows how to do jury fight with jury trials. Now, in criminal matter, you're innocent till you're proven guilty, and there's a jury trial by your peers. Don't use a commissioner, and make sure you got a legitimate judge. Also, you never want to do a compromise or a plea bargain with the criminal matter. Always fight it. Because if you're innocent, then you can bring your innocence out there. Because if you get a conviction in criminal, it'll pretty much hurt your cases in CPS. Now, they're going to put it on the back burner. They're not going to really do much with your CPS case except your plan. They have a plan that you need to be on. It's a plan, a parenting plan that dictates how you're going to get back your children and family reunification. Now, they're having a hard time with family reunification because in 1997, Bill Clinton signed into law the incentive law, which basically gives every CPS a bonus if they have their children adopted into foster care. The bonus is pretty hefty. It's $35,000. $35,000 if a child is adopted into foster care, which defeats the purpose of doing family reunification. Now, there are many names with CPS, by the way. It was started in 1964 is when they started CPS. Long after the Animal Protection Agency that protects our animals, the SPC, the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty of Animals, SCPA. That's been existent so long, and it's kind of a shame because our children are important too, as well as animals. But in 64, they initiated, but it wasn't until 74, 10 years later, that they had any laws. So CPS has only been around since 74, which is hard to believe. I mean, children have been abused for years. And we need the protection of our children from neglect and abuse. We also need to do what's called family reunification. Mm. Whew. Um, we have VP from Landero, Texas. We have Lisa Bartley from Montana. No, I've not looked into the cinnamon pills yet. Lisa, I know that's for diabetics. I am going to look into that. What the cinnamon pills would do. Thank you for asking, Lisa. And God bless you. You're such a sweet person and you care about me, which is so nice. You're a caring, loving person. And I'm so happy that you're able to see your son. You're a special mother. And I pray all the time that good things come to you, Lisa. Now, I am here to answer questions and concerns about your CPS matter. No matter where you're from, I will try to help you here. Who am I? Well, I'm a loving father and husband. I have 43 years of marriage experience. And I've helped raise 6 children. They're all grown up now. My last two just left a month ago or 2 months ago to live on their own. My 2 boys. One is still 20, the other one is 25. The 25-year-old boy just got married and starting a family. Well, hope no kids yet, but meaning that he's starting to live as husband and wife. My youngest is still working in college and he's working a job, and my other son will hopefully go back and finish his schooling. It's well, Lisa, I care about you. You're a beautiful person. You've shown it here by being in this room for so long. It's wrong what CPS has done to you. It's wrong what your ex-husband did to you. That was wrong. That was wrong. And what your former boyfriend has done to you. This you've had so many life full of tragedies as a young child being in foster care and the abuse you've taken. But since you've been on my show and been with me, you bring out the most beauty within you. You know, I have a group of 30 to 50 people that come in here regularly that do help. Christina Reynosa from Las Vegas, Nevada. Dorothy Cook from North Carolina. Aaron from Tennessee. Or Michael, who's the newest one from Tennessee. Lots of people from different states, all with a similar problem. And the 3,000 some people, 50 people I'm talking to, they have been caught up in what I call a abusive CPS. A CPS's goal to destroy families. You're very welcome, Lisa. And I mean it with sincerity. I mean it with sincerity. You guys have gone through so much dealing with this government entity, and I want to help you. And you got to be careful when you're dealing with the enemy. They can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. They cannot be trusted. Good morning, Andrea. Andrea is from Illinois, and she has a tough case. She's been accused wrongly of using a gun or has a gun and endanger her children. Her problem is her teenage children are against her, and that is always hard when you're dealing with teenagers. When you deal with teenagers, that should be the thing, but it is. It is. Ugh. Yeah. Uh, we have Megan Wilson, and good morning, Megan. And I forgot where you're from, Megan. Andrea Francis. Uh, Hold on a second. I'll get that answer. Okay. I need to do something for 1 minute. I'll be gone. for I'm back, and I do apologize for leaving for a second. There was a question. Hello, Megan Wilson. How are you, Megan? Glad to see you. And again, I forgot where you're from, Megan. It's been a while there. Andrea says, hard for me to hear the caller. I did not know that. There was some talk. I'm not sure by you, but let's see. Lisa says, I'm being told to have my attorney file for return of my child immediately. Home trial placement. That's a good one. That's a good one, Lisa. You need to have your child returned immediately. There's no reason why not. Let me check on that. Return of a child immediately. Home placement, trial placement. Wow. I'll look that up, Lisa. I'll look that up. Andrea, you mentioned that you couldn't hear clearly. Everybody else was hearing the caller okay. Sometimes when I have the phone, it's below the microphone for the computer. But I did not know. I mean, you're the only one I think that was talking about that. By the way, Andrea is from Illinois, from a small town outside of Chicago. And Megan Wilson, I forgot where you're from there. Now, Andrea, you said that the guardian of litem can't make a motion. Yes, they can make a motion in Tennessee. You have to understand is that there are 50 states, and in each state is a county, and some states have 50 to 100 counties. And there could be differences. There isn't a set common thing there. So the guardian litem in Tennessee is actually a lawyer for children, and they can make motions. I thought the guardian litem, which is in California, is not a lawyer, but this case it is. So, and how long have they been paid since 20,000? Well, I'll tell you from my experience, since 2015. It's now 2025, so I know at least for 10 years they've been being paid $20,000 a child, and it's not. It is the county that gets the 20,000 from the state. You see, the federal government sends billions to the state, and the state sends millions to the county. So they get that money supposedly because they have a child in custody, and it costs that much money to take care of the child. Um, Now, FC, I think what you mean. What do you mean by FC, Andrea? Unfortunately, Megan says, I can't talk today because I'm getting ready to take my son to go see Santa. Well, I'm so happy that you have your son, Megan. That is so a happy experience. And seeing Santa Claus is a fun activity for parents and children. It's a fun activity. And I'm glad you're doing that. And I want to thank for some more emojis from Megan Wilson and Nero Galando for the love emoji. And then, of course, I have Nero Galando for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Now, I'm looking up the thing here for Lisa about the comment that she was talking about. Now, Lisa, the home trial placement, THP, is a crucial step in the reunification efforts where a child moves back into their biological parent's home while the state, the Child Protection Services, still holds legal custody, allowing for supervised assessment to ensure safety and successful reintegration before permanent closure of the case. It's a temporary monitored period designated to test if the family unit can function safely, preventing reentry into foster care by easing transitions and building parenting skills. Now, this aspect of Montana trial hold placement. Let me see what it says here further. One, the purpose to achieve permanency by seeing if the child can live safely and successful with their parents, reducing recidivism in the foster care system. The state remains involved. It maintains custody and oversight. It's not a full return of parental rights immediately. Often involves ongoing support, monitoring, and services from social workers or specialists. The graduate transition, a specialist works with the family to plan the move, ensuring the child's adjustment is eased, which can involve pre-placement visits and exchange of information. The goal is to demonstrate the parent's ability to meet the child's needs and resolve the safety issues that led to the child's removal in the first place. This occurs when the court and CPS believes the parents have made significant progress in addressing the safety concerns, making reunification the preferred permanent solution. So that's a good thing, Lisa. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay? Yes, Andrea. Okay. You got it, Lisa? So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Because what I'm seeing with you is a transition from a hopeless state, Lisa, in Montana, to a chance to get your children back to normalcy. You want to be normal with your children. And I feel for you, Lisa. I really do. And Andrea, I'm going to make sure that any future phone calls, that the phone is close to the microphone on my computer. But I have it really turned up loud, and you should be able to hear it. I don't know if you're hearing me okay, but I have a meter that shows my talk in the green dots. So the more green dots I see, I'm at the maximum of the height of my voice. So I watch when people are talking on my phone. There's a green meter that makes sure that they can hear you. So I try to do that. But thank you for bringing it to my attention. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Now, I have right now over 9 o'clock, which means I have to end my live stream. And I hope I was able to help some of your concerns. But keep in mind, I'll be here again tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. So don't give up taking care of your children. Don't give up. Hang in there. Love your children. Be careful, CPS. Knowledge is the power. Knowledge is the power. And if you're discouraged, come here. I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. That's 14 live streams a week. So I'm not that far away. I'm not that far away. Now, I want to thank Lisa Bartley from Montana, Andrea Fascus from Illinois, Megan Wilson. I think Megan is from Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. And Who else do I have in here? VP, who's new here. And they're from Laredo, Texas. And welcome, VP. Thank you for being part of my live stream. So I will end my live stream this morning with a video. Please watch the video. God bless and have a beautiful day. This is Bob Pace signing off.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in